Hello everyone and welcome to the first hopefully working hardware setup for DIY photogrammetry rig. The main structure is made out of 10 columns which are water drain pipes 2 by 3 inches from a hardware store. They're easy to work with, light and easy to direct. They are currently standing on looks like a Pepsi trays, something I was able to get my hands on for easy moving, positioning, aiming and so on. The main camera modules are iPhone 5s, used ones obviously. They have fairly decent cameras, and every one of them has a vinyl sticker on the back which helps software to find common points. There's 40 of them altogether for now, so hopefully once I will have decent results I will be upgrading it to the full body scan. Those 40 devices are constantly plugged into various USB chargers I was able to find in the thrift shops to keep the cost down. Cable management is obviously an issue for now. The most recent addition to this rig was installation of 5 laser cross pointers which project a pattern on an object, excluding eyes obviously, to solve the problem of focusing and a reading on a hard to read surfaces such as hair. Right now I have 8 of them and I'm probably going to have more. Dealing with light was an absolute nightmare because you cannot have a light source in frames, and as you can see cameras are angled to cover as many angles as possible. Therefore find a good place for light was very hard, so the only blind spot is directly above the object, and hence you can see a white deflectors which seriously do a good job, and a white reflective silk background which was purchased in a local Walmart. Cheap and easy solution. Obviously most of you will have a question, how am I triggering over 40 cameras in the same time? And for now, for future it's going to be different, but for now I'm using that little trigger. Oh, oops daisy, I accidentally triggered all of them. Like that, you can find it in old stock, but I'm not using that one. Actually what I'm using is that one. The only difference is I solder the wires and exit, and it's going to be plugged into PA system to help with signal recognition, because this is just too quiet and there's a lot of missed frames in the cameras if you're just using unaided sound trigger. The important question to answer is, what is the latency? And it's actually not bad. It's about half a second tops, sometimes none. So that's pretty impressive. So making the scan is actually the easiest part of the process. Just press the button, done. That's why it's so better suited to make scans of humans, maybe even animals. I have designed and 3D printed hardware to hold the iPhones and to change angles, and actually to add additional modules like this laser. So there's a rubber washer in between, which helps with grip, and a wing nut and whatever it's called, bolt, to do it kind of manually without tools. Whilst I have such opportunity, let me show you a bit more details about iPhone holders. This is a holder I've designed. The cable goes here, so sorry, and just slides in fairly easy. Then I have that piece which mounted here, but in order for friction to work a little bit better, I have this fender washer in between, so just sandwich like that. Then I would take that and a wing nut from other side, so this way I can adjust the angle. That one would need to be slightly drilled out. I'm using M6, I believe, inserts which I melt inside, and I secure it with this bolt to the column. Some of you may ask, how did you do that? Because the walls are way too thin and the bolt is way too long. Well, yeah, that's a mistake I've made. So I'm just using 3D printed spacers in between, so it wouldn't go that deep. Again, it's a prototype. I'll get it better eventually. So, but that is a system I use to hold and aim all the phones. The rest of stuff just aligned because the rain spouts are square. It's kind of easier to orient. You would need all this hardware purchased though. Each phone has its own dedicated folder, and it really helps to have 3D printer like print mill, because I need a lot of those parts, and this printer makes life much easier. Lasers are working on a lowered voltage through this power supply. So again, wiring is a bit of nightmare for now, but once I will have a decent result of scans, I will try to make it look prettier. Okay, I think I'm ready to make a scan, so wish me luck.